Welcome to Atlanta, Jack.
Okay, Muggsy Calhoun back again with you with the Halo movement. This time I have with me Marcus Lovejoy, better known as Elumnite. How you doing, Marcus?
Doing great. About yourself?
Doing pretty darn good, man. You sound pretty tired there, man. It's been a long day or what?
Yeah, actually, I woke up pretty early for the 2v2 tournament and whatnot, and sat around for a bit watching some of the other games and whatnot. So just winding down from the day and whatnot. So
Yeah, no, I was in your stream late last night, man. You're a soldier, man. You up late. I was like, well, I mean, this is a grown man, you know what I mean? He knows what he's doing. You know, well, you were up late and then, up gaming hard, man. You know what I mean? What'd you think
yeah.
about it? For those of you guys that missed it, today is what, Saturday, February 16th, I believe. And we had
Yeah.
the VWS Halo Movement 2v2 tournament, and Marcus was teamed up with Thuggish Killa. You want to give us a little bit of insight on how that day went for you?
I mean, it went all right. Wish we would have been able to play a little bit more matches, but it definitely was fun for the most part. We ended up getting second, me and Thuggish. We really didn't practice for it or anything like that. It was just kind of like, hey, you want to do it? And and we got me and him together and did it and stuff like that. Congrats again to Life Alert and I forgot the other guys. Gamer tag, but they're pretty good from what I hear. They been playing a lot of twos and for
Yeah,
like a
so
long
steady.
time.
I had to think of that guy's name for a second. That day just popped up out of nowhere. But
I'm not really too familiar with any of these guys. The two guys, to be honest with you, like I've never really heard of them before this. So I mean,
do you
they
feel like
definitely going.
do you feel like a new era is emerging of players? Now that all these other players are losing their Halo skills, like it's allowing
I mean,
some other guys to come up.
It's definitely making some room for some people to be noticed because all the top pros aren't like really playing very much. But as far as I'm concerned about it, like nobody has really impressed me as a team of up and coming players. And it's all about the team aspect to me. Yeah, you can be as good as you want to be individually, and yeah, the 2v2s are great. You got like amateur players can come up or semi-pro players can come up and win those, but it always comes back to the team. And
By team, you're talking fours, right?
yeah, fours. I'm talking about fours. Like nobody has really like stood out in my mind as a whole team of four group of players.
So that's where it is for you. So if this would have happened and you would have had your team of four and a Life Alert and a So Steady came in, they would get a little bit more love from Alumni.
Well, I mean, they definitely get love no matter what, but I probably would have been a little bit more disappointed about my loss right now. Of course, losing is always, something you don't want to do, but I didn't prepare for this tournament. How can I be mad at something that I didn't prepare for? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, yeah, if I put time into something beforehand, I'm going to be, pretty mad about it and whatnot. So, 4v4 is like, you don't want to lose with like your three other, teammates.
Yeah, you consider yourself a professional 4v4 player, not a professional 2v2 player.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel you.
So, yeah. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, when the VWS gets the Force tournament going on.
Now this was a VWS Halo Movement joint collaboration. What did you think about that?
It was good because I don't think VWS would have been able to get the type of players they were able to scrounge up and whatnot if it wasn't for the Halo Movement, in my opinion. So,
I appreciate that. Yeah, most of the Halo Movement players were top tier players, but not to talk down on the VWS. But I do think that it is a sign of things to come. Because I'm gonna reach out to other people that are doing online tournaments so that we can just bring it together as a community and do, bigger and better things, and I feel like, the state of Halo, and that's why I chose the coin the Halo movement name for myself, because I feel like I am not the movement, I'm part of the movement. You know what I mean? And I feel like you're part of the movement, and I feel everybody that is staying with Halo is part of the movement. You know what I mean? So like,
Exactly.
why did you choose to stay with Halo? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people want to know, like, how come you didn't just jump over to Call of Duty like all the other pros,
Um,
or a lot of
well,
them?
it is definitely tempting. I'm not gonna lie, because I am a competitor, and I do like to just label myself as a professional gamer, and like I would like to, but I am a professional Halo player. I love playing other games, and any other games like that I spend hours on, I want to be good at. And but at the same time, I've been playing Halo for so long, and I understand the game, and I don't have the time like I used to be able to sit down and play and learn a whole new game like Call of Duty. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Halo 4 is, it's got potential, and we got developers and stuff like that. I'm working with Walsh Ghost, Side, Bravo. I'm really good friends with a lot of the people at 343, especially because I went up there for 2 weeks with making them the Prima Strategy Guide, and giving them input and insight on what needs to be changed, what needs to be added, and game types and all that stuff like that. And I feel
Do you
like
feel
this
like they
it,
listened to you? Because I mean, the game was reckless when it came out. People were pissed. I mean,
well, we didn't go out there to change the game. We went out there to write a strategy guide.
yeah,
You
but
know
you
what I
you
mean?
said you
Like,
were giving them insight, and so if you're giving them
well, we
insight,
tried to.
oh,
We
okay,
tried to. We're giving them insight right now for like updates on game types and stuff like
uh
that,
huh,
whether and whatnot. But when we were out there, it's a situation where you try to come into somebody's house and rearrange their furniture type of deal. The game wasn't even released yet. They weren't even done with the game yet. And they got all these things that they came up with and all these ideas, and you know what I mean? They're not going to want to change it just because a few young guns and professional Halo players come in there and stuff like that. So,
yeah,
a lot of people were definitely angry in some ways about, I guess, us not being able to change their minds or change things, but we didn't have any control over that. We came up there to write a strategy guide. So,
what what really bothers me is, why don't they? I get confused on the score sometimes. They have like they go by tens. What I mean, all you got to do is take away the zero. I mean, why'd they just start adding zeros to the game? How come
um,
it just doesn't go one, two, three like on all the other Halos? I mean, does that piss you
yeah,
off, or is it just me? Am I just being just a
yeah.
grumpy old guy?
No. I completely agree. Like that right there, it can be kind of annoying in my opinion. I have no idea why they decided to do that. I guess more so for that point system thing. When you get a kill is like 10 points, and assist is 5. And all that other stuff like that, and it adds up. But I mean, it still has your number of kills.
Yeah, I think the
You know.
kills should be the main thing, and the point system should be on the side because it shows your kills, but it's not the main thing. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, I agree
I mean,
with that as
sometimes
well.
I can just get frustrated and I just want to just throw things.
Yeah. Well, finishing out what I was saying about why I didn't play COD, I feel like now is a really good time for me to build up even more, like people knowing who I am if they don't already, while all the other top players are off doing COD or whatever they're doing. And I've been pretty much streaming Halo, and not even just Halo 4, Halo 3 with some other pro players and a couple other great guys, every night for the most part. Customs, I'm playing with the viewers, and, really trying
Yeah,
to get the community back
I
involved.
really tried to stress that to some other pros like Brett and Mick Win. Like, if you stick with Halo, you're gonna be it pretty much. You know what I
hmm
mean? You're gonna have the market cornered to do whatever you want. you know,
Yep.
and it just I don't know, man, and I just feel like, the same thing like I asked Craig, I feel like these people are chasing a lottery ticket because, yeah, they want to go compete and everything, but they're so far behind and it just doesn't seem
Exactly.
viable to me that it's
Huh.
going to happen. I think after Dallas, a lot of these guys are going to get and the Suds are going to love this, they're going to get a reality check, man. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
I mean, I really do. I mean, and then I think with the competitive settings coming out and Virgin didn't buy the rights to this just so they could just do nothing, you know. So I think
Yeah.
that something's going to get announced, and us collaborating with other sponsors and other people that are doing the same thing that we're doing to make it bigger and better. I think Halo, is going to be on the upswing. What do you think?
Yeah. It definitely. I'm looking forward to Virgin Gaming to see what they're actually going to do. I
That's
hope
like the
they're not.
that's the mystery right there, huh? That's the mystery question
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
what are they
I
going to
mean,
do?
yeah. Exactly. But it's like pretty much. I was watching I think it was the one of the winter online qualifiers on MLG. It was Status Quo versus Soar, and man, Status Quo got pretty much demolished. But from what Flamesword was tweeting about, said that him and Enable were like on like 50-inch screens or something like that because they were out in Kansas. They actually just got back to their respective homes and whatnot. But I can kind of guarantee that they still would have lost, even though I wish the SQ probably would have won because I support like the Halo players playing COD. I
I
want,
know that's what I was
you
gonna
know,
ask you next. I was gonna be like,
yeah,
what do you want them to fail or do you want them to win? Because it's bittersweet
uh,
either way. If they
it is. It
win,
makes us look good. It would make the Halo players look good because I guarantee you, a Halo pro will place better in a COD tournament than a COD pro in a Halo tournament. I guarantee you that. Guarantee you that. So, I mean, we'll see at Dallas next month for sure. I'll put money on that. I'll bet any COD pro, any person that knows games or anything like that. I guarantee you. Because Halo players have a different work ethic. They game so much harder, in my opinion,
I
than
feel I feel like
any other.
the players that are in Halo are the ones that stuck around that had the talent to stick with it, and I feel like
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty has a bigger pool to pull from because you know kids these days and people these days they see the machine guns and they're like it's real, it's so realistic, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't get
Yeah.
that you have to push as a team and you have to put up more than one shot, and they don't get like you in Halo they just like they're jumping around and you got to shoot them like 800 million times. That's the point. That's why it's a team game. You don't just have to
Mm-hmm.
shoot them one time in their big toe to
You
kill
have to
somebody.
rely on teammates to finish kills sometimes and stuff like that. You
Yes.
know. But the big thing about COD and what's been doing so good is just it's so viewer friendly. You got all these modes to spectate and see the game, from all different perspectives and see what every person on the map's doing, from a live view. You can see all the little player icons
But
running
not
around the
just
map
that,
live.
but it's on two consoles,
Yeah.
and on PlayStation, little Jimmy, that's 8 years old that finds out about Call of Duty pros wants to be a pro, so he's watching the stream, and he's going
Hmm.
on Twitch and watching it because he wants to be a pro, and it's on two consoles, and that's why I feel like they have a bigger pool. Yes, I think Halo's been around longer, so they got all the good people that stuck with it throughout the years. We have like a farm system set up, but
Yeah.
Call of Duty just has so much more population. So they have more individual talented people to come up through their system. So I
Yeah. And here's an interesting tidbit. I was talking to Strong Side yesterday, and he was telling me when they were doing the Max Payne thing, him and Nate Shot were talking. And for everybody that doesn't know who Nate Shot is, which I don't think anybody shouldn't know who he is, he's on Optic and he's sponsored by Red Bulls. I've been watching this stream. He's freaking really good. he was talking to Side, and he told Strong Side that he couldn't do it in Halo. Like, he tried playing Halo, and he could just never get good at it. But then when he played Call of Duty, he just, was really good at it. And he told Side that if Side really wanted to play Call of Duty, he could be really good at it. Like, Nate Shot himself was telling Strong Side that Call of Duty is not harder than Halo.
Yeah, then again, he could have been stroking his ego a little bit and trying to recruit more people over into their community.
Yeah, that could be it. But
I mean, what did you think about Sundance wishing the competitive Halo community luck, but actively trying to recruit all the top Halo pros over to Call of Duty? I mean, is that wishing? Is that wishing the competitive Halo community luck, or is that breaking it in half?
Honestly, that's just breaking it in half, in my opinion. But he's about money, and I'm going to keep it 110% with you and everybody else. Like, he is just about him and his company, okay? Wherever the money is, whatever's in for him is where he's going to go at. And it doesn't matter what started him off. You can try to say Halo started his career, all that other stuff like that. He's going to go with the hot hand. What's going to make him the most money? If it's Halo and it gets the views, he's going to go with I don't know, a random game that everybody's playing, and stuff like that. So, he's definitely, from what I've seen, he doesn't promote anything else but his own things. I saw him retweet the Gamers for Giving. I'd say he only retweeted that because it was a charity event. But, I don't see him retweeting or anything trying to help AGL. I know it's a technically competitor, but I don't think he sees AGL as a competitor right now. You know what I mean? So, most of the pros from Halo going over to Call of Duty, it still kind of makes, his stuff look, good because, you have, those Halo pros bringing in, some extra hype, you got ambush, snipe down, and blah, blah, blah. That's going to bring Halo players over to watch the stream anyway.
Exactly.
They want to see the top.
He's going to bring those markets that those people have created for themselves.
Exactly. So, he's going to get, some Halo viewers watching Call of Duty because they want to see how the Halo pros are going to do and how they're going to place. You know what I mean?
So do you think that this is just going to be one anomaly event? Or do you think that this is going to be a trend? Or do you think that these pros are going to come back home where they belong, to Halo?
Oh, man. Honestly, I can kind of see, if a lot of these Halo pro players don't do as well as they thought they would have done, there may be a slight handful that will try to play at another event. I highly doubt it, though.
It's probably like a three-way thing. Probably some of them will be stubborn and competitive and stay. Some of them will just retire and quit gaming altogether, and then maybe a small fraction will come back. So that's why I think that Sundance took the Halo community and just stomped on it, man, because I don't think a lot of those pros are going to stay, and I think a lot of them are going to quit. And the ones that quit, look, we already got Snakebite and Nated, they're done. And Nated was going to play in a little online tournament today, but that's different than, going to events and grinding Halo. And I said grinding, I hate that word. Why did I say that? But just playing all the time in Halo, and it's just like, there's a difference between him waking up, rolling out of bed, scratching his butt and then getting on the game, as opposed to having to travel across the world.
There's a big difference between Halo and Call of Duty, and I'm sure all the Halo players know about it. Halo is a way of life. I can guarantee you that. People have been playing Halo so much longer before Call of Duty was even, there's been a lot of Call of Duties, but nothing as big as, now that they've been making the games really good, like Modern Warfare 3 and Battlefield 3 and now Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2. Now they're getting better with the game. But Halo players got so much passion. They're way more passion.
Not only that, but we grew up on Halo, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a way of life. there would be times. I don't know how many other players that can agree with me that couldn't go through a whole day without playing some Halo 2 or Halo 1.
Oh, Halo
You know what I
2?
mean?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I was putting in some major hours on Halo 2.
Yeah. And maybe not even Halo 2. Some people came in at Halo 3, and they still loved Halo. They didn't get to experience Halo 1 and Halo 2, but they played Halo 3, and they still played that game a lot as well, you know? And it was just that game, you know? It was addicting. It was fun, you know, and everything else. It had all these other aspects. The ranks were good and stuff like that. And it's just the lands, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many lands that I got together where everybody would just always, you know, call people, yo, when we setting up a land and all this other stuff like that. Like, I don't hear very many Call of Duty lands. People are still landing Halo 1, flying out across the United States to land Halo 1.
I would. I loved that was my favorite era. That was my heyday. Halo 1 days, man. I got together every week, man. Every Thursday night we got together for pizza and beer, and it started at a LAN center. It ended up going to a friend's house, but there was like close to 40 of us, man, and it was on. You know, if you made a play, you got some oohs and ahs. You know what I mean? It was tight. Yeah.
And you can't tell me about another game that came out years ago that people are still flying out to land, other than maybe Counter Strike, StarCraft 1. I mean, you can't even land that. You just play that online. Console. I'm gonna keep it strictly basic. Console.
So
you can't name
it. Let me switch gears here a little bit, because we could talk about that all day. I wanna throw something out there, and I want to get a yes or a no out of you. Okay? Elumnite, sponsor king.
Yes.
We'll just leave it at that. Okay? We'll just leave it at that. Would you say your stream is the rated R stream in the Halo community?
I'd say it's one of the realest streams. I like to keep it professional and stuff like that, but I'm really serious about when I play. Like, I want people to learn from what they see. It's not all this goofy, you know, I'm not trying to say anything bad about Ninja. Ninja has his own way of, you know, promoting himself and, you know, how he is, and people like him for who he is and whatnot. But me, when I play with people, I want them to get better. I'm calling out, I'm serious, you know, and stuff like that and whatnot. And then sometimes I even like to talk about real stuff with the viewers, and you know, I do a lot of interacting with the viewers.
And
not
food.
I'm just playing. You know, people like to request music. I play their favorite music, or
yeah. You're real cool, real interactive. Yeah. It's almost kind of like a hybrid between a native stream and a McWin stream. I don't know.
I mean, you get quality gameplay, and if you come to my stream,
but that's not just it. People say your stream is rough, man. Like you go into an Alumni stream, and folks is in there doing some smack talking and roasting and going in on each other, not even paying attention to the gameplay.
There is some people. I've had a couple of guys get in arguments and actually challenge each other to 1v1s in like other Halos, and if one person lost, they got banned from my stream and stuff like that. like you know, like if you lose in this 1v1, you know, you're getting banned type of deal. Like, I'm like, wow, like really, like it can be rough sometimes, like for sure.
Okay, you know? So you are the sponsor king. Let's run through some of these people, and you could either decide to say something about them or you cannot. But just I'm gonna just run through some names. Can you just give me your first thoughts on each one of these guys? Goku Mad.
Oh Lord, I don't even know if I want to give him any airtime, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Honestly, no comment on him. I'm gonna leave that one no comment, just because it ain't even worth me even saying anything about. So next one?
Entertain.
Entertain. Definitely someone that I didn't think was going to be able to come through with a lot of the things he said he was going to do for me and whatnot. But, I wouldn't have been, let's just say I wouldn't be streaming right now if it wasn't for him. Or at least at this point in
What
time.
did you think about my beef with him?
Definitely, you knew him longer than me, so whatever things that you guys were talking about definitely should have been situated and handled a lot better to,
So you're gonna be political on that one. That's good. That's fair though. I understand. What about Jade Zeku with the Halo Kit Kats?
Jade Zeku. He is definitely a different person. Like, I've never met anybody like him before. He's very proactive on everything that he does, and he says everything that I've pretty much needed from him, or asked of him, because I have not asked as much, as I normally would, because I haven't been able to get any. There's no MLG solid tournaments or anything like that, to where I could, fully utilize that. But right now, image-wise and marketableness-wise, that's even a word. Everything has been looking really good. Like my whole background, and I have a sick website coming out. My Twitter backgrounds are looking good. Everything for me to promote sponsors is like really good.
Yeah, I'm still a skeptic of Jade. I do like Jade because I like that he has a pair of balls and he just speaks his mind, and I appreciate that. But I'm still a skeptic. But that doesn't mean that he's not legit. But it just means that I'm still skeptical. So let's move on to the next one. Power-A.
Power-A. Okay. Definitely with them, since I'm signed under contract with them, I wouldn't have been able to do and enjoy some of the recent events I actually went to last year because of them. I went to Seattle for the first time because of that sponsor. They're based in Seattle, and they have a hire company. Power-A is just a sub company of that. It's called BDA. And they do a lot of branded merchandising for like the NFL, FedEx, like a whole bunch of top companies like Starbucks and all types of stuff like that. And Power-A is the gaming part of it. I went to E3 and PAX, and they basically have been endorsing me, and I helped create Power-A's Fusion Tournament Controller, which I'm sure a lot of people are using, mostly because they come to my stream, and that's the controller I'm using and whatnot, and stuff like that. So, they're definitely a very professional company.
What about Muggsy, Calhoun, and Masonics?
Okay. These two particular individuals, one being yourself, and the other one, Mason. His first name is Matt, but we just call him Mason anyway. Definitely came in at a really crucial time in my Halo career, because I was like getting on a lot of teams last minute, placing like very average placings and stuff like that, and they helped out a lot. I know Mason helped out. I think one particular time I was going into, I want to say, Orlando, and you introduced me to him in the Halo Tracker community, and really helped out in a big way financially, for our team and whatnot. And then a LAN right before Providence, which was huge because we got the LAN Classic, and Chaser's team, I think, which consisted of Lifestyle, Shooter, Kratos, and Chaser himself.
And what you just got done with surgery. You were flying across the country, right?
Yeah, I had surgery the day before. I had to fly out to that land as well.
You're a madman for that.
Yeah. a lot of, I can honestly tell you there's not a lot of devoted players out there that would do some stuff like that. Can guarantee you that, So I really have a strong passion for that. But continuing on, you guys have been really two big parts in my Halo career. Very supportive of everything I've done, thus far as our relationship and whatnot. So you guys actually have a natural, care actually about the players and want to see them do good and whatnot. So I know you've helped out more players than just me. I'm pretty sure there's a couple other guys out there that they should be appreciative of what you two have done.
Yeah, but you've done a lot for us too. I mean, you're the one that got our foot in the door to the pro community. So, it was a two-way street because, you gave us credibility, and this is a real special interview to me because, and Dean will be a special interview too when I do an interview with him. But you two guys, are to me, this is to me a real special interview because you're the one that helped me get in all this and be active in the community and be able to have a voice, and so I feel we're grateful to you too. And a lot of people don't know that me and you had some drama. But the thing I think about that is real friends can have drama if you're a real friend. You know what I mean? And we've been through some stuff and we've been through some good times and we're still cool and we and we just keep on moving, man. So coming around the corner, speaking about drama, Mr. Straight Sick and a young lady that you had some drama with. I know a lot of the community, it affected Chig and his team, and it was a lot of crazy stuff going on, man. Would you care to touch on that?
Yeah, I'll touch on the whole thing. I really don't want to speak about the young lady as much, but I was definitely going through a really rough time in my life. I'd say 2011 was pretty rough for me, and I'm going to lead up to that whole situation. But I had a shoulder surgery that year. I didn't start off my reach on the right track. I wasn't really that good at the beginning of reach, and because of doing the sprint. But then I also had had a kidney stone, and I had to have surgery on that as well. So my health wasn't good. I wasn't, all that other stuff like that. And then going on to the next year, to last year, relationship problems. Everybody has them, trust issues, blah blah blah. So we go into Columbus, and that whole situation happened between with the whole Straight Sick and
what situation?
And whatnot.
What happened?
Me and Straight. Well, she kind of brought him into the whole mix, and we were on and off all last year, and blah blah blah. And that kind of started some tension between me and him, me and Straight Sick. And I've known Straight Sick since 2007, Halo 2.
So a long time community buddy, that you probably considered a friend. And what exactly happened?
Not a close friend. When all this stuff went down, it was Columbus, MLG Columbus 2012, and whatnot, and that kind of started the whole little, beef thing that we had, and whatnot. So,
what exactly was it that he did to you though that started the beef?
Well, as a person who knows of another guy's situation, they've been there since day one of the relationship. He's known I've been with, that particular girl from the start, and for him to kind of come in there and just kind of not see what was good with the whole situation, just kind of coming in there and trying to take the girl or whatever.
Take advantage of a girl when she's in a vulnerable state.
Yeah, exactly. But
and then not only that, but at the same time stabbing somebody in the back in the meantime, a supposed friend.
Yeah, Yeah, well, he's definitely, like I said, I'm going to reiterate on that. He's not a close friend, but he's somebody who's known me for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and now that I've actually had time to think about it, I'm over the whole situation, I can't even blame him. You know what I mean? And you brought up a good point that made me realize actually today about, what was the song that I was saying, but Ludacris. He's talking about, tell your boyfriend not to be mad at me.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a guy's only going to do as much as how, a girl lets him. Well, that's the same situation right there. So I can't even be mad at him now that I've actually grown up a little bit more and matured. So I'm going to keep it real right now, and I'm going to tell you the ending to that whole situation. I decided to approach st8 and tell him and apologize to him as a man, and we talked for a little bit, and I'm not going to lie, I've been wanting to team with him for a long time, and I would team with him right now because I think he's really good, and I think that if me and him were on any type of team, a 2v2 team, a 4v4 team, we would destroy on Halo. I guarantee you that.
Wow. So hold on real quick, because I just don't know if people know what you just said, because I got to put some meaning behind that, man, because that's big, that's crazy stuff.
That is
You know
big.
what I mean?
That is
Like
big.
you just, because I went through some of this stuff with you, man, and I had your back on a lot of this, and I don't just want to just let you just keep on talking without putting an explanation point on that, because that's a big deal, man. Like what got into you? Because okay, yeah, there's rules of the game. Okay, yeah, you have to trust your girlfriend. You don't have to trust guys across the world, because guys are going to do what guys are going to do, and your girlfriend's the one you're supposed to trust. But that dude was supposed to be your friend, so that's breaking the rules of the game, though. So I mean that's a stipulation. That's an what I mean, like you don't do that. So what got into you, man, to approach him, and how did he react when you called him?
Well, at first when I started off with text, text and stuff like that. Like we haven't really formally talked on the phone. We were just kind of texting and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I don't know whether down the line or down the road we actually, talk in person, whatever. I don't know. I was just to the point to where, you know what, I don't need to be holding grudges. It's a new year. You know what I mean? It takes more effort to hold a grudge than to not hold a grudge.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was some stupid stuff on my part. And I decided to be the bigger man in the situation and just be like, you know what, my fault. You know what I mean? Like I definitely should have went about things in a different way. So coming on to the whole teaming thing, I feel like what type of player I am now and what type of player he is, I feel like me and him on the same team, 2v2, 4v4, whatever, would be ridiculous. It would be just like a really good team.
And what did he think?
Well, I haven't approached him on that particular because I don't know.
So this is exclusive. This is
exclusive. This is straight from me. This is straight from me right now. Because like I told you, I'm keeping it real and whatnot. I would definitely.
So there you have it, folks. You heard it right here on the Halo Movement show first. Wow.
Exactly. So yeah. So I mean, I like I said, I would team with him because I think he's a really good player, and I had the opportunity to team with him back in Halo 3, but two other teammates didn't think that he would be a good pickup, and this was at early beginning of Halo 3. But I've watched him play, and his communication and his shot is ridiculous. I have to respect his Halo game. Even if I still hated him today, you can't deny his skill.
Which is why when me and you were going through our drama, I contacted him because I thought the dude was raw as hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I agree with you, but I don't know, man. When I talked to him, he just seemed like just a J-cat, to be honest.
Distracted.
Yeah,
He's distracted by a
he was
female.
distracted. He was,
Yeah, exactly. So,
he was in love.
yeah, he was in love. Regretfully, the other woman was still in love with me at the time. So it didn't work out that well. But anyways, that's all I have to say about that whole situation. You know, I moved on. I'm focused, and I'm better off. You know, because of that. So.
All right. So what are some things that we're going to be seeing from a Mr. Alumni in the future? What are some future endeavors that you got planned?
Some future endeavors. You know, I'm working on a few other, sponsors. I'll be able to.
Okay. You gonna keep those under your hat?
Yeah. I kind of have to until they're solidified and whatnot.
Okay.
But Astro, I'm gonna be doing some stuff with Astro.
What's your secret? What's your secret to getting all these sponsors?
It's funny you asked that because Ninja, I was playing TV2s with him and we were both streaming, and he asked me that too. And I sat down and I talked to Strong Side the other day as well about some things, and actually asked him, some of his ways and his opinions. But how I am is I have a personality that draws people to me, and I'm a very likable person. Not to mention, I hold great conversation, and I'm not even just trying to gas myself up right now. This is just how it is. This is how I am, and many people can attest to this. It's about being really lucky, knowing how to market yourself, and having a solid resume. I haven't even won a tournament, but yet I have all these sponsors. And then it's about knowing somebody who knows somebody, and saying the right things, and being able to, be in the right place at the right time.
I think for me,
mixture of that.
My observations are: one, you're a hustler. Okay, you're not just running games. Let's just run another game. Let's just run another game like a crack fiend just wants that next rock. You know what I mean? You see the big picture that you're going to need these sponsors, so you take the time. Two, you're a great conversationalist. Like Ninja, for example. He's likable. Everybody likes that dude. More people like him probably even than you. But you're not to say that you're not likable. But I don't know if he's a great conversationalist. And I think that that's where you get it from. You can relate to people, and you're a conversationalist. And three, you're very respectful. You know what I mean? You're very respectful. There's two Marcuses. Well, there's three. I say there's maybe even three of them. There's the respectful, business-minded Marcus. There's the nigga Marcus. you know what I mean when I say that. I mean that hood. Hood, you get hood sometimes, and when you're in a party with Craig and you're chopping up and you're roasting on fools and you're going hammer bammer and thanks coach and you're having a good time, there's that Marcus that people don't know about, or some people on your stream you're starting to loosen up on your stream now, and then there's the Marcus that I'm talking to right now. It's just the down to earth, conversationalist. And I think a mixture of all those makes what you are. And that's why you got that hybrid, man. Because you can adapt. You're like a chameleon in each situation, which is a good thing. You put on your business hat. You could put on your game time hat. You could put on your I'm gonna clown with my friends hat.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for us, man. Do you have any shout outs that you wanted to shoot to anybody?
Yeah, I got a few shout-outs. Definitely shout-out to the Halo movement, youth, Muggsy, and Masonics. Wouldn't be here today, without the help of you guys and, and all the stuff, the hard work that you guys have put into it. I want to give a shout-out to my family, my brother Hoaxer, my mom, my dad, my supporters, my sponsors, Tower A, Universal Digest, Bonafide Boarding, AGL, Zeku Ultra Media, Astro, my homies, Dursky for grinding every night with me, my boy Anarchy, Captain Anarchy, OG of Halo, and I gotta give him some extra airtime. The only Halo pro that has been playing since 2004 that still plays Halo dang near every night. I gotta give them props for that. There ain't no other Halo Pro right now doing that. Guarantee you that. So I gotta give an extra shout out to my boy Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos is a cool guy.
Yeah. All of the other pro players, Halo players, still grinding. Kobe, Ken, thank you very much for everything. Flame Sword, Strong Side. Gotta give a shout out to Strong Side, Bravo, Walshy, and everybody else at 343 helping the game get better.
Now I don't know about 343, man, but no, I'm slightly kidding. But thank you very much for coming on, man. So there you have it right there from the man himself, Marcus Lovejoy, Elumnite, Muggsy Calhoun, and the Halo movement. We're out.
The Halo Pro right now doing that. Guarantee you that. So I gotta give an extra shout out to my boy Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos is a cool guy.
Yeah. All of the other pro players, Halo players, still grinding. Kobe, Ken, thank you very much for everything. Flame Sword, Strong Side. Gotta give a shout out to Strong Side, Bravo, Walshy, and everybody else at 343 helping the game get better.
Now I don't know about 343, man, but no, I'm slightly kidding. But thank you very much for coming on, man. So there you have it right there from the man himself, Marcus Lovejoy, Elumnite, Muggsy Calhoun, and the Halo movement. We're out.